The Doomslayer. We are live.
Yeah.
What's the Doomslayer about?
It's a video game reference, so I guess gamers will get it. But the Doomslayer is just a fucking badass dude
So is that how we're feeling
who
after
kills
today?
demons and shit. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, cool. So come on, let's do it again. One word to sum up today. Yesterday, I asked you this, and you used about 50. So if we can just want to be good.
Well, I used one word and then I expanded on it. One word for today, I'd say gritty.
Okay.
Do you want me to expand, or is it just one word?
I'll let you know. Thank you.
Yeah, gritty. Just because, like, fucking so sore and so tired today. And then we did the running workout first, and that was all good. But you're definitely feeling it on that. But I think we hit that like as well as we would. And then we redid the dumbbell workout, and we beat our score, which was really good. We're pleased with how that went. But when we're like doing it, like we barely warmed up because everyone's just like, I feel shit. Nothing's going to change. But, like, no amount of warming up is going to change anything. And we're doing it, and I'm just like, this feels slow. Like, this feels bad. And then we get to the thrusters at the end. We've bought ourselves a small margin of extra time. And then we had a new strategy for the thrusters, which we also executed quicker. So it led to us getting a better time. So that's it, really, at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't matter if you're fresher or not. It's just about going quicker, innit? So
definitely. So obviously we're not going to talk times and shit, even though it's getting to that time anyway. But how much faster did you go?
I can't even remember. 14 seconds, maybe.
Oh, fucking hell. So significant then, really, in that context, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought after we did it the first time, I thought we could go 20 seconds faster. Like, that would be top end. And then anything over 10 seconds, we're like, that's really worthwhile. We were fully prepared with like how bad everyone felt. We were fully prepared that we might not beat our score. But like I was saying yesterday, when you got the time to do it, so why not do it? You know, like if you can shave a bit off, it's all going to be money in the bank. So, yeah, decent little push on that. And it didn't like go to shit, but it was really fucking hard at the end. And as we all kind of expected, didn't really feel better than yesterday in any way. It was just that we managed it and we had expectations. So it kind of mentally, I guess, helps you a little bit, because yesterday we're getting through it and it wasn't like, right, here it comes. This is when it's really bad. It just happened. And we're like that. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Like, what do we do now? And that's when you do a live competition. That's when experience and leadership and things like that really show, because there's people making the calls, there's people stepping up in different places. But obviously, this isn't a live competition. So it's more about like who just executes the workouts you've been given the best, rather than who's like gaming it the best on the day and things like that. So, yeah, I'm really, really pleased. Like, everyone was a little bit emotional afterwards. And I think it was purely because it was just like, those set of workouts, that is it. Like, that is what we can do. There was no workouts where you're looking at a particular individual going like they've let us down there, or they've not stepped up. Like, it was like you finish every workout, everyone's had their own challenges within each workout, and everyone's risen to the occasion and done the things they needed to do. If that's not enough, then it's top 20, isn't it? So that's just it. So in terms of our effort, execution, how everything went, like, probably one of the best executed competitions or groups that I've ever been part of. So I'm really pleased in terms of that.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Because I was going to ask you that later, actually. I was going to ask you about, because I know when we've chatted, you said like 22 and 23 with the injuries. It's like they were just like, you feel like something was missing because you didn't get to play it out. And then in 24, you were satisfied, even though you didn't qualify. You was like emotional in so much as well. That was what we had, and we did everything. And I'm going to say is, would you describe that as similar to 25 today? 24 today?
Similar, but also it's different in the sense that in those other years, there's what in certain workouts, there's a certain individual normally who's like holding the group back. And it's not that it's their fault. It's just where the capacity lies and what the movements are and things like that. And teams that can eliminate that and not have that bottleneck are going to perform much better. And we didn't have that bottleneck because, like, there's obviously, like on the burpee one, we obviously strategized it, however, and I was probably the most fucking like churned up by the end. But I'm looking at the other three and I'm like, what, you going much quicker without me? And they're like, no, not really. So like that's it. And that's how every workout felt. I think today with the running one, Helen's probably the least strong runner in the group. And we obviously strategize things around that. And she really rose to the occasion today. And she's like, did I do enough? Was it good enough? And I was like, well, yeah, because like I wouldn't have wanted to go loads faster. Like, it's the same thing. It's like, say we did it without her, like maybe you go a bit faster, but it's like everyone's pulling their weight in different places. Like when she came in on the muscle ups, she recovered really, really quickly from the running and then was really pulling her weight on the muscle ups and helped us execute that quickly. So I think the major concern for her on that one was like, I'm going to try and hit the run paces that we want. Can I do muscle ups afterwards so that the rest of the group gets the relief that they need? And she did that perfectly. So that went as perfect as you like. After doing all the logistics for the running workout, I mean, like, I don't know what's going to happen with that one because we were going to do 400 meters twice out and back. Then we're like looking at it and we're measuring out different loops. And basically where we went, because we're on an industrial estate, there's like a group of units that you can actually run around pretty clean. And we were like, we can do 2 loops of that and it'd be 800 if we go within a certain distance within the gym and we make it for 800. And we did that and it helped us stay a lot faster. It made the whole thing a lot cleaner. We basically spray painted the ground on the path and the corners we needed to take. And it's just going to be like a real weird one because we're just really fortunate that we had the space for that. We very easily couldn't have had a good space for that. So we'll see what happens there. Because some teams might have to do a 200 and they're just turning so much.
Yeah. What happens with that? Like obviously it's a bit of a shit show in terms of being able to demonstrate what you've actually done. Is it just if the games team say, right, we want to see your route? Is that basically it?
So the validation, because we have a trundle wheel anyway, and we've had it for like 3 years. Everyone was, because we get it, we literally, because we do everything, everything's measured out, right? Like all the training, handstand walk lines, wall walk lines, like run routes, distances, blah blah blah, like everything. And if someone's not doing that, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get the trundle wheel out, like get a tape measure out, figure it out. So on our video for validation, we've got the trundle wheel and a GPS watch next to each other. They walk the route with the markings that we're doing, obviously, and then when it came back in, because it's inside a building as well, like the GPS went just over 800, and then the trundle wheel, which is obviously going to be like the most accurate because it's not working off GPS, was like 805 meters. So like just over, but we were like, that's the closest we're going to get it, like with the route we're taking. So should they want that information, they get it. I think me and Kerry as well, we ran with the GPS watches on. The only thing is that there's no GPS inside the building. So it was like, sometimes I'd come in and it would be like maybe just under. Then the next one I come in and it's like way over. But it's because the GPS is just like freaking out and I wasn't like lapping it particularly. So we measured the route as 805 meters. We hit that route. The GPSs were all within, but like I said, like GPS is close. It's not to the meter though. It's not even to the 10 meters accurate probably. So there's some teams that might just use GPS for their validation and they could be at a disadvantage or a advantage because of it.
Yeah. Well, with that, if you had a portable like pull-up rack, could you just took it to a track and done it? Does that count
So
as an affiliate?
I think in the FAQs they said that you could go to a running track and do it, which that'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
But there's a guy I coach a guy who's based in Oxford, and his gym literally has a shutter onto a running track.
Oh, fucking, that's awesome.
So that's like. They also said, I think for that workout, they also said you could go to other gyms to do it, even though the rules are you have to do it in the affiliate that's registered. I think they make the exception for that one. The only thing is though, with that gym that backs onto the running track, you're going to do more than 800 meters because you'll run out onto the track, do 2 laps, run back in, and you've just added like 40 meters to your thing based on where the rings are, So it's good for being legit, but also not good for your score.
Yeah.
Do an extra 40 meters every time.
So what happens now? Is it literally just like you sit there refreshing the website from the time the deadline is, and then that's when you find out, or does something happen?
Monday morning, so tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. So the deadline's at 1 a.m. And I think at 2 a.m. the leaderboard goes live. So when I wake up at 2 a.m.
You're going to sleep?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do. Mike said he's gonna check it if he wakes up. But
fuck yeah. I know I'll be doing that. It's one of them, isn't it? Like, you don't know if you're going to be like so exhausted from 3 days or absolutely killing yourself that you just pass out and wake up in the morning, or you like sort of when your body's tired but your mind's wired because it's thinking about it.
You know what? I'm not like, we've submitted all the scores. I feel good. Like, I'm at peace with it. So I think that I'll be able to sleep. I'll probably wake up, but like I think I'll be able to get to sleep. Other than the fact that I cranked a shitload of caffeine quite late in the day for the redo. That's like such a classic. I don't know what goes on in other gyms, but it's like quarterfinals, semifinals, whatever you're doing in the gym. It's always like Sunday evening redo. I hope you ain't got any plans for Monday because you ain't sleeping because you've just fucking banged like so much caffeine in before that redo. We did it before with Lightfoot. Can't remember what year it was. I think it was a year he didn't make it because they had the shuttle run, rope climb, wall ball workout, and loads of people counted their shuttles wrong. They did half the reps, and he missed out because there was so much fucking gunk on the leaderboard that it messed that up. But he did this power output workout 3 times over the weekend, and me, him, Mike, and Helen were just in there Sunday evening. And he was like, should I have another Red Bull? And I was just like, yeah. And we were just fucking pumping it. It was pretty sweet. It's sweet memories, but it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I think he beat his score by 1 second.
It's there.
Any difference? Didn't make any difference because that one score tanked him. Like the other workout tanked him anyway. But it's the intent, Like that's what's going on with us. Like that's the thing. Like
it's
you
all
gotta do it, yeah.
And speaking of Lightfoot, have you had any kickback from yesterday's show?
I've actually not seen him. I've actually not seen or spoken to him today. He obviously commented on the sound bite or whatever it was. I mean, he's feeling good. Like he's fucking up for it. Like people obviously get nervous like around this time of year and with these things, but you got to be aggressive and you got to be ruthless if you want to stand the best chance of performing at your best. So it's just fucking game on for him, really.
I'm excited to see how he goes. I've got Tom on. He's coming on and doing something similar to what you've done, Tom Kingdon. He's going to go through it all and let me know. Yeah,
you better he better get a box of Kleenex ready unless he's hardened up all of a sudden.
Shots fired again.
I want him to hear that as well.
You are?
I want him to hear that as well.
Well, I'll clip it and send it in, mate.
Yeah.
So this evening, then is it? You said you feel quite relaxed and satisfied with how it's gone, but I just wondered, like, obviously you and Helen in the house. Is it like is it just tense? Like, is it that sort of feeling? Is just Helen process it different to you? Do you have to watch how you are around each other at this sort of time?
Nah, we're good. Everyone feels the same. Everyone feels the same way. OJ's had like, I know that prior to the workout, so like he's had a little bit of like elbow, wrist, like he's a bit limited in his front rack. So spending a lot of time in here, he does it, but he doesn't do loads of it. So his training doesn't get affected too much. And then the thrusters yesterday were fine. Warming up today, he was like, yeah, like compressing this tendon in my elbow feels really, really bad. I'm not getting involved. I can hear him talking to Mike. It's funny because we're laughing about this afterwards. And Mike's like this, like, can you do this? And he's like, well, I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? And then in my head, I'm on the other side of the room. I'm not saying anything. And I'm like, listening to him. I'm just like this. I hope this guy makes the right decision right now. So it's kind of, so he's done it. We beat our score. And even though his elbow is going to be sore, it's like, there's no what ifs now. Because he's got a great attitude. Like, he's a really good competitor. I think some people can think he's a little bit quiet, but like bubbling under the surface, he's a bit savage. And I think he wouldn't be able to live with himself if that was the difference. Not that it probably would be, but you know, like if we didn't do the redo, but we could have taken like over 20 seconds off, it's like, that's going to be a big chunk, you know? So he got himself through it. Kerry stepped up on the workout yesterday. She stepped up on it again today. Like, yeah, really, really pleased with the group, like the sentiment, how everyone did things. Like, just a really good execution all round.
I was going to ask about Kerry actually, because obviously you guys were all together last year, and then obviously Kerry's an addition this year. How do you do, you know, like in a team scenario, obviously teamwork's obviously crucial. How do you, like when someone comes in, how do you get that sort of camaraderie and get to know each other fast enough so that you're not upsetting everyone? And so this
is actually great. You're digging into this because I don't know how much you know about this, but part of my process as the team captain is that we do something we call like enrichment, if you can call it that. And basically through the earliest stages of a group coming together, whether it be a new group or you're just working together, we'll do different drills and exercises to basically strengthen the bonds, build them up, things like that. And when I look at different, it's like sports, it's like simple sports psychology, right? And I see people, it's more so in the UK because I'm more familiar with the people and people chucking teams together. And I'm like, do these guys do any of this weird shit that like makes you really close? Because that's what you have to do. Like, if you want someone to go to war for you or with you, like, you got to have done some weird shit, you know? And I lay out these drills and these exercises. Everyone's like rolling their eyes at me and they're like, this guy's fucking crazy. But it's like, yeah, it's weird, but we have to get outside of our comfort zone and do things so that it creates, because, you know, like rugby teams, like rugby's got this massive drinking culture in it, right? Like football obviously used to, and it's all kind of going away. I know that from within like professional rugby setups, they'll just do like lock-ins. Like they'll turn up for training and then they'll just slap a load of crates of beer on the middle of the change room and they just go, doors locked, we ain't leaving till it's all gone, right? And things like that. And it's like, it's not conducive of athletic performance, but what they gain from it in terms of camaraderie, experience together, like those kind of things, it's a lot. So we don't do lock-ins with like a minimum like 8-can buyout or something like that, but we do exercises and drills that build trust, that break down these barriers initially, even though it's quite uncomfortable. So like things we've done in the past, we'll do like a trust fall exercise, but we'll do it off like a 30-inch box. So you're just going straight back. We've done one, which is always a good story, where you'll rotate through the group. You're basically just going to sit opposite each other and hold hands and just maintain eye contact for a minute. That's it.
That's weird.
Horrible, but great drill. This year, we did the trust fall this year. Another one we did was I basically wrote the guys a list of kind of like questions that were quite sensitive things to answer. And we had to just share them privately, obviously, but within the group, we had to just share them with each other. and talk about that stuff. And to be honest, that's only one of the enrichment things we did this year. And it was enough. It was a lot. Like, it was a few different questions, just like, what is one of the most embarrassing things that you don't really like want to talk about or you have going in your life? Like, what are things that shaped you as an individual to get you to the point where you are now? Like, things like that, talking about those things. It just breaks these barriers down, because then you understand where your teammates' vulnerabilities are. So you're not going to press the wrong buttons, but then it also just gets you all on a level, because you get a lot closer, a lot quicker. And they're things that you might learn about them after knowing them for 3 years, but I want to know about it after 2 weeks, because then you're kind of speeding up the process. So that's what I do. And I obviously don't know what the future is for myself or anyone competing in teams, but whenever I'm going into teams, that's the kind of stuff that I like to do, should you have the time and the capacity to do it, because it just closes the gap on that, the bonding, the psychology side of things. So everyone's got each other's back, basically.
Yeah, I love that. And it's an element, it's trust as well, isn't it? Like, allowing yourself to be vulnerable with people that you need to be able to rely on. It builds that trust in such a way that I think, I've never heard anything like that. I've never heard of that enrichment or anything like that. I know that the fall thing and all that, but yeah.
To be fair, I haven't like, because I've been in sports teams and things like that before, and I've not done things like that before. I've also not really got examples of professionals doing it either. Like, I know that different organizations will have different things in place, but I'm like, it's an opportunity to do something unique for myself and just try things. And I think in a sport that's so young, and there's so much experimentation to still go on in terms of squeezing out more performance, that we can do those things. Because like, another drill we did was just all based around body language. And it's like, we're doing a really bad workout, right? We're doing something that we're basically going to push to failure. And everyone needs to maintain strong and positive body language throughout. And if you're not, you're getting called. So it's like, you're not putting your hands on your knees. You're not going down to the ground. You're not making noises. You're not complaining. You're just working and you're trying to do the thing. And it's not that it's got to be that on game day, because you don't think about these things, but you develop these practices, because if the person next to you's body language is strong and you're surrounded by people that have got your back and they're strong, then it's going to build this really high level of confidence and comfort in the group that you're in. Whereas if someone else starts taking their foot off the gas, you're like this, oh, well, if they're slacking, if they're taking their foot off the gas, I will too. Like, it's obviously okay. So it's all those elements around it that we really try and build on, as well as the training, obviously. But like, you train your bodies every day, and that's the shit that we do loads of. So it's adding those extra layers that are going to squeeze, I don't know, another 5% out of your performance.
Yeah, fucking love that, mate. That's so cool. It's a really good insight. And I think, like I said to you the other day, I'd love to have you on for like a proper show at some point and like delve into a lot of this, because it's really interesting stuff. And I think it could, it'd come across really well and help people along the way as well. I'm going to let you go, because I know you've had a long day, but I had one last question, and it isn't as intrusive.
Yeah, here we go.
Yes. This is more like performance based. So what I want to know is the percentage you gave to your chances of qualifying for the games before the workouts were announced, after the workouts were announced, after day 1, after day 2, and then today. So 5 percentages. So before the workouts.
I can tell you this, it's only 2 percentages, because from when we started, you know what? I'm going to go, we did a simulation a few weeks ago. We finished it, and Adzi was like, fuck yeah, like, we're going to do this easily. And I was like, nah, like, everyone's so much better. But I was like, game on, like, we can do this now. Like, we know the pieces are there, like, we can do this. So back then, 95%. Day 1, still probably 95%, because we hadn't got into the real shit stuff yet. Now that it's all done, 99.
I love that. That's quality. And 99 then, so you're sure, and that's based on the fact that you guys are on point, you've got all that trust, you've developed a bond, and you've done everything you possibly can.
The people, the personnel, because you need, obviously in a team, you need the right personnel, and everyone in the group has been there and consistently done that. Like, for my personal benchmarking, I benchmark myself against other games team athletes in the open, and I'm like, yeah, like, I'm in, that's it. Helen, like, miles ahead of where girls need to be, huge X factor, like, amazing. OJ's just qualified in the 35 to 39 category. I'm not sure where he finished exactly. It might be like 10th, 11th, 9th, like somewhere around there. Like, that's fucking good enough. Yeah. Kerry hasn't been competing as much, but she's been to the games more recently than we have. And she's got a huge X factor as well. And in this group this weekend, she's been so solid that I'm just like, she's the most unknown quantity, and nothing was affected by her ability. She didn't hold us back in a single area. So I just think that the people that we've got and the performances we've just put in, if we've not done it, fair fucking play. Like, the level is high, and that is fair enough. So, like I said, like, I know all the pieces are there. And if it's not quite, then that's it. But like, I'm feeling very confident about it. But you have to be. Yeah. If you're not, like, we wouldn't, if we didn't think we had a good chance prior to the season, we just wouldn't have done it. Because who the fuck wants to do an online semi-final and then be like, yeah, that's it, great. Yeah. No one. I mean, there might be some sickos, but that's their thing.
Yeah, probably people like Kale Lehman that don't want to. Actually go.
He'll be loving that 800-meter run. Yeah. Yeah. One lap comes in at 2 minutes.
So I'm going to be refreshing when I wake up for a wee at 2 a.m. Like, it's around the time I normally do. So I'll have a look and I'll drop you a text if I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, well,
cheers.
Fingers crossed, but we've done all the stuff, so, you know, it'll be good.
Yeah. Right. Well, cheers for jumping on, mate. And let's fucking hope we're there.
Yeah, absolutely.